What's up, bros and broettes? We're back at it again with an arm day today, and we were doing seated twisting bicep curls, a warm-up set of 20 pounds, two sets, 12 to 15 reps. And I do like doing these bicep exercises, variations every now and then. This is probably one of my go-tos, and a lot of people do have a hard time when it comes to the timing and the rotation of when to rotate and twist for the bicep curl. What you basically want to do is you want to have your palms facing down, so it's going to look like a hammer curl, and then about a quarter way when the weights go above the hip or above the leg, you want to start rotating it, and as you get to the top, you want to twist as far as possible. You want to try to twist your pinky to the other side, like it's going to hit your bicep. So you want to twist it as hard as you can at the top. You want to pause slightly at the top, hold it really quick, and then lower it back down slowly to the starting position. So now we're doing a working set, 30 pounds, one set, 8 to 10 reps. And the weight's going to get heavier, so it's going to be a lot harder to twist it properly, but if you keep the weights moderate, you can still do everything with good form. So as you can see, when I'm twisting it, I'm trying to twist it as far as possible with my wrist. You basically want to try to turn your pinky to the other side as far as possible when you're doing that twist. And now we're doing a final set of 35 pounds, one set, 8 to 10 reps. This is where the weight gets pretty heavy and a little bit trickier to rotate and twist if you're not strong enough. But you also don't want to go too heavy on the weights because the form will be bad and you might end up building tendonitis in the bicep and elbow area. Right, now we're going to go on to triceps with an overhead tricep rope extension, a warm-up set of 35 to 45 pounds, 2 sets, 12 to 15 reps. And I'm just going to work my way up from 35 to 45 pounds. And with this exercise, a lot of people, they tend to hit their head with the rope. So you want to make sure there's a mirror around, or that you can record a video of your form where the rope is not hitting your head or being dragged against your hair. You want to have the cable pulley up as high as possible or close to the top, where it's not, so when you bring it down, it's not going to drag over your head. And when it comes to our elbow placement, you don't want your elbows to travel too far up, but you want a nice deep stretch as possible. And when the weights get super heavy, if you look at my right leg, I'm using that as a prop for balance and leverage, so I can push that weight further out. And I could go a little bit heavier in weight, but I decided to do a drop set. But if you look at my elbows by my head, they're not going up that high. They're going a little bit past my head where I get that deep stretch. So they're coming back down, and I'm twisting, but my arms are totally straight and I'm contracting the triceps. You almost want to twist it where your palms are facing together. Next, we're going to do a one arm rope hammer curl, a warm-up set of 20 pounds, 2 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Just to get more blood pumping through, and just so that way you can prevent injuries when you start adding heavier weight. Now this is a good alternative if the dumbbells are taken. You could use this as an alternative to a hammer curl. And a good way to isolate the bicep is just to retract your scapula, pull your shoulder blades behind you, and just curl the weight up. That way you're basically just isolating that one arm with the bicep. Now we're going to do a working set of 35 pounds, one set, 8 to 10 reps. And as you can see, I'm lowering the weight slowly. I'm contracting and squeezing at the top. And then we're going to do a final set of 35 pounds, one set, 8 to 10 reps. And then we're going to drop set it to 20 pounds until failure. With the lighter weights, it's easier to just hold and squeeze like the contraction at the top, and I recommend doing that with any weight that you can. And you basically want to keep the elbows aligned at the bottom. You don't want to bring them all the way straight up to the shoulder. Now this one, my form here was a little bit wonky. My biceps were kind of hurting, so I kind of had to push through this one. But with the lighter weight, as you can see, it was a bit more manageable to do. Okay, we're going to finish things off with a crossbody tricep extension, warm-up set, 7 pounds, one set, 12 to 15 reps. And you basically just want to grab 2 pulleys of the opposite side, and you basically want to stand back, lean in slightly, so that way the cables don't hit each other, and you just want to extend your elbows back like you're doing a kickback, and you want to hold that contraction at the top, and it's going to burn. This is a great way of hitting all 3 heads of the tricep. If you can't do an overhead movement, that can bother your elbows. So we're going to do a working set of 12.5 pounds, one set, 12 to 15 reps. And we're just going to progress the weight to what I feel it would be the heaviest later on. As you can see, I'm holding at the peak contraction. And I'm bringing my arms back as far as possible. Another working set, 17.5 pounds, one set, 12 to 15 reps. And then we finish things off with the final set of 22.5 pounds for one set, and then we're going to drop set it to failure. And as you can see, the weight here is really heavy. My form has kind of taken a little bit of a hit, but I'm able to bring it back. And that's why I'm going to drop set it, so I can finish off with proper form, and I can squeeze the contractions a little bit more easier when the weight's lighter. And let me tell you, these will burn when you do them. I highly recommend this exercise if you can find a machine with these cables.